Hey guys, it's Miss Carrie. I'm going to be talking to you about some fun facts about elephants. So, our friend the elephant. Have you ever seen one at a zoo? I have. They're amazing to look at. I like to look at the elephants. They're beautiful, and I didn't know this until I was researching, but they're the second tallest animal in the world, second only to the giraffe. So they're really giant. So, some amazing facts about elephants. Oh, let me see. Here we go. It's in the back of this book. So we've got some great books. Like this one is called Meet the Elephant. And it has some really neat stories in here from people who have tracked elephants and watched them live in the wild together. So they're amazing creatures. So, the common name is, of course, an elephant. They live in Asia and in Africa. And like I told you with our craft, African elephants are the ones that have the really giant ears. Let me show you a picture. So this one on the top is an Asian elephant, or what used to be called an Indian elephant, but now it's called an Asian elephant. And this one is an African elephant. So you can kind of see the difference in their ears. The African elephant has much bigger ears. The adult male elephant typically grow up to be about 12 feet tall at the shoulder, and females are about 9 feet tall. They typically live for 60 to 70 years, and in zoos, their lifespan goes up to 80 years. So zoos do a lot of good work in conservation and making sure that these animals are able to be seen and that we're still able to have these animals with us. So the most special feature about an elephant is its trunk, and it has more than 50,000 muscles. So what is the trunk used for? So it's used as a nose for breathing and smelling, and it's also used to eat, to pick up items, and it's also strong enough to uproot a tree. I didn't know that. So what do elephants eat? So they eat grass, fruit, palm nuts, tree bark, and stems, and leaves, lots and lots of leaves. So they can eat up to 400 pounds of plant material a day. Could you eat 400 pounds in a day? Me either. And they drink up to 60 gallons of water. Wow. Like we're supposed to get maybe 64 ounces of water a day, and they drink up to 60. And they're vegetarian, so not vegetarians, they don't eat meat. So they're not meat eaters. Girl elephants, when they have a baby, they're pregnant for 22 months, almost 2 years. Whereas our mamas were only pregnant for 9 months. That's a long time to be carrying your baby around. So when the baby's born, they stay with the mom usually for about 2 years. So until they're about 2 years old. Another cool book that I found was 100 Things You Should Know About Elephants. One thing that I found really fascinating was their ancestors. So if you've ever been to the South Carolina State Museum, I bet you remember the mammoth. My son loves the mammoth. So these are the ancestors of the modern day elephant. They're also called mastodons. So they were like even bigger than our elephants now when they were covered in fur. So this was back when the earth was still kind of a cold place. And then they turned into the elephants that we know today. And this was also something that I thought was especially fascinating. So some of the elephant's closest relatives is something that's called a manatee. So this is a picture of a manatee. Now what do you notice in that picture? That manatee is living in water. That's right. So they're not land mammals, they're water mammals. So manatees, They live along the coast and in fresh water. And I've seen manatees in Florida. We actually had an opportunity to swim with them. It was really amazing seeing these big creatures because some of them were about 9 feet long. So that was really amazing. But one thing I noticed was on its fins, it had some fingernail-like things. And they looked like the elephant's toenails. So that's one thing they have in common, are the nails. So I thought that was super cool. And here's a picture of its trunk, which is very important. And also the trunks of the African and Asian elephants are slightly different. The African elephant's trunk has 2 tips that work like fingers. So see, it's almost like nostrils for us. So the African elephant has 2 tips, and the trunk of an Asian elephant only has 1. So that's kind of neat. And the trunk is also sensitive. They can smell other animals that are far away. And they're herbivores. So, elephants are herbivores, which means they only eat plants. And around 2/3 of an elephant's time is spent eating. Wow. An elephant's first food is milk, but by the time it's 3 months old, a young elephant starts to eat grass. So that's really neat. And they also like to hang out at the water hole and have fun. They splash each other with water like we do. So sometimes elephants aren't so different from us, are they? And also what's really important here is that in elephant groups, they're led by females. So that's called a matriarch. So usually it's the oldest female. And the matriarch will often protect the herd of elephants because they live in groups. She'll often protect the herd from prey animals like lions and hyenas, other animals that live on the savannah in Africa. So what she'll do is she'll stand up really tall and hold her ears out really big to make herself look bigger. And then she'll charge the animal to get it away from the group. And the male elephants are called bulls. So sometimes they'll fight. And let's see, what else? Now, I also learned that when the baby elephants are born, they have more fur on them than we usually see. And there was even a long time ago, there was a general who lived in North Africa who crossed the Swiss Alps on elephants. I didn't know that. So some people can ride elephants too, even today. So those are a few of the great books that I found that we had. Another good one is Amazing Animals, Elephants. So we had a lot of cool things about elephants. Yeah, here's a picture of the furry baby. He's got more fur. So, and their tusks, they also have tusks. And they're used as a defense weapon too. They're made out of ivory, which can often make people hunt them. So the goal right now is for people not to hunt elephants because we want them to be around for a really long time. So that's our fun facts about elephants today. I hope you enjoyed. And next week we'll be talking about an animal that's familiar to all of us, the monkey. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a great day. Bye.